together. Radio Manu 91 where it's always better. Where it's always better. Yo, सुबह का सूरज या शाम का रंग, we bring you joy हर जुबान का धन. Community की बात हम हैं आपके साथ, let's spread the love. चलो मिल के साथ tune in, turn up, दिल से बात करो. Radio Manu 92 FM के साथ चलो. Every voice counts, हर लम्हा यहाँ. चलो बात करके देखते हैं, let's all shine on. Yo, let's all go. सेहत की बात or dreams to share. Radio Manu 92 FM, we're always there. From unity to joy, we bring the light. Every word, every tune makes everything right. Listen up, it's time to unite. Radio Manu 92 FM, shining bright. Dill se suno, we love and care. Chalo baat karke dekhte hain, let's take it there. So come along for the ride. Radio Manu 92 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं. Your voice, your guide.
आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
This is Radio Manu 90.0 FM presenting Adabnama.
Hi, this is Radio Manu 90.0 FM. I'm your host and RJ Himanjali, and I welcome all of you to our literature and cultural show Adabnama, where we discuss popular books, writers, dramas, movies, and so on. Today's topic of discussion is Henrik Ibsen's popular play A Doll's House, which created shockwaves through Europe, sparking debates and discussions on marriage and women's rights. And to speak with us today, we have our guest, Dr. Qudsi Rizvi, with us. Sir, we welcome you to the studio today.
Thank you very much, Himanjali.
Before I move on with the discussion, I'd like to introduce our guest for today. Dr. Qudsi Rizvi is a faculty in the Department of English at Manu, Hyderabad, and he specializes in feminist literature. And he has written books on poetry and published numerous articles, and we are very happy to have him here with us today.
Thank you, Himanjali. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sir, the first question for you. After so many years, the play still continues to be performed. So I would like to know from you, what is the relevance of the play till today?
Actually, when people talk about modern drama, one name inevitably comes up. That is Henrik Ibsen. And when we talk about Ibsen, A Doll's House is usually at the center of the discussion. So that is why, whenever you take up Ibsen's plays, the first thing that comes to mind is A Doll's House. That is. So now coming to your question that why is it so famous, relevant and important, I think this play asks some very relevant questions, even in this modern world, 2026 modern world. And those are, if I say, the first question is, what is marriage? What is freedom? And can a person truly be happy while living according to other people's expectations? And perhaps the most important question is, can someone discover who they really are? If they have spent their whole life according to others or living up to others, up to others' expectations, these questions are just as important as in 2026 as they were in 1879. That is the importance and relevance.
Right. Marriage and freedom, it doesn't go together. But anyways, this is so. This is not merely a play just about a husband and a wife. It's much more, is what you're saying.
Yes, not at all. Because, on the surface, this looks like a domestic drama. And you're right, it's about two people who are married. And then people can say that it's a play that talks about marriage or husband and wife relationships. But that is not what this drama is actually about. Underneath, it is a powerful exploration of identity, self-respect, relationships, and social expectations.
Right.
So these are powerful things that go beyond this marriage binary.
Right. So, sir, let's introduce the characters now. As the one of the major characters is Nora Helmer. So, can you please tell us about her?
See, at the beginning of the play, when we are introduced to Nora, she appears very cheerful, playful, and carefree. She laughs, she jokes, she seems completely happy. In fact, her husband, Torvald, often treats her like a child. And
Which is very odd.
yeah, I mean,
It is odd.
people cannot object upon it because this seems to be a way of loving her. No, a kind of a love that that if somebody treats their wife as a child, it may be read as a very loving husband. But the problem is that Torvald does not treat Nora as an equal partner. He calls her pet names such as my little squirrel or my little skylark. These are very, sweet words and sweet ways of expressing love and treating someone as a child. At first glance, everything appears very perfect. And that is the catch.
Right. So, just like today on social media, people post the perfect pictures,
Yeah.
the perfect family holidays.
Yeah.
So, it's not as it appears to be, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Today, you've brought up a very relevant point. We often see, carefully curated pictures and lives on Instagram and Facebook. Everything looks happy from the outside. But sometimes reality is very different. What appears as something very happy, very satisfactory may not be actually. So this is exactly what happens in A Doll's House.
Right. I mean, naturally, मुझे तो पहले ही लग रहा है कि there is definitely some catch coming up. So
कुछ ना कुछ सीक्रेट है.
every story has a secret.
Yeah.
So what was Nora's secret?
हाँ, यानी एक सवाल पढ़ने वालों के जहन में आ सकता है कि व्हाट इज नोरा हाइडिंग.
Yeah, she's hiding something.
है ना, वो एक बड़ा अच्छा एक गाने का एक टुकड़ा है ना कि तुम इतना क्यों मुस्कुरा रहे हो, क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो. इसका मतलब कि वो लाफ कर रही है, शी इज़ वेरी प्लेफुल, चीयरफुल, चाइल्ड लाइक. तो आखिर कुछ है तो नहीं है ऐसा कि जो दिख कुछ और रहा है कुछ और. तो ये जो है ना कि जो नोरा क्या छुपा रही है, क्या सीक्रेट है उसका, इसका एक बैकग्राउंड है. Years earlier, Torvald became seriously ill. And the doctor said that he has to go to some other part of the world in order to have fresh air and to change the surrounding and to become, healthy and all. So, उसकी ज़िंदगी बचाने के लिए नोरा secretly borrowed money. और प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि भाई पैसा लेना है, कौन सी बड़ी बात. आज के दौर में तो अगर हम यंगस्टर्स कहेंगे इतनी बड़ी बात कौन सी है किसी से बोरो करना मनी, मगर एक औरत और बोरो कर रही है. मसला ये था कि उस ज़माने में औरतों का दे हैड वेरी लिमिटेड लीगल एंड फाइनेंशियल राइट्स. सो नोरा शी फोर्जेस हर फादर्स सिग्नेचर एंड इन ऑर्डर टू ऑब्टेन द लोन. अब ये एक इलीगल एक्ट था एंड शी डिड आउट ऑफ लव. दैट इज हर सीक्रेट. That is she hiding, that has been hidden.
So even though she broke the law of those times for a noble reason, it was still considered a crime.
A crime. क्योंकि यही एक central moral question है जो play में आता है. Is something always wrong simply because it is illegal, or should we also consider intention as having, some worth? This is one reason why the play remains fascinating.
Right, so this is interesting, So we must tell our listeners something about those times, about the society
Good.
at that time. So can you please tell us what it was like?
Because, our listeners, they know that there is a relationship between literature and society. You don't write in a vacuum. You write in a society which somehow affects you, and you reflect the moral state of that society or the health of that society through your writing. So 19th century Europe, we all know it was deeply patriarchal. Men controlled finances, men made or took major decisions. Women were expected to be obedient and to follow men in all spheres of life, and they were expected to be obedient wives and mothers. So many people believed that a woman's primary purpose was to support her husband and raise children, look after the house. So Ibsen, through his writing, challenged these assumptions, and that made many people uncomfortable.
Right. So this is early modern literature, we can call it. Early modern.
It's kind of modern literature because
Modern.
it was 20th century literature.
Right. We will continue with this interesting discussion with Dr. Rizvi, but only after a short break. You're listening to Radio Manu 90.0 FM. Please stay tuned.
आप सुन रहे हैं अदबनामा रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM का लिटरेचर एंड कल्चर शो।
You're listening to Radio Manu 90.0 FM, a community radio station.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं. Your voice, your guide.
This audio has been generated through AI.
आइए अब सुनते हैं अर्ज किया है।
आदाब दोस्तों, आप सुन रहे हैं अर्ज किया है रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM पर। आइए आज मुलाकात करते हैं अजीम आजादी के सिपाही, शायर और इनकलाबी फनकार राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल से। राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल का जन्म 1897 में शाहजहांपुर, उत्तर प्रदेश में हुआ। वो हिंदुस्तान की आजादी की तहरीक के नुमाया रहनुमा थे, लेकिन बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं कि वो उर्दू और हिंदी दोनों जुबानों के अच्छे शायर भी थे। उन्होंने अपने तखल्लुस बिस्मिल से वतन परस्ती, कुर्बानी और आजादी के जज्बे को अपनी शायरी का मरकज बनाया। राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल की शायरी में हुब्बे वतन, खुददारी, हिम्मत और कुर्बानी का पैगाम मिलता है। उनके अल्फाज नौजवानों में हौसला, उम्मीद और मुल्क से मोहब्बत का जज्बा पैदा करते हैं। आइए उनका एक मशहूर शेर सुनते हैं। इलाही खैर वो हरदम नई बेदात करते हैं, हम ही तोहमत लगाते हैं जो हम फरियाद करते हैं। और एक और दिल को छू लेने वाला शेर मुलाहिजा हो, हम भी आराम उठा सकते थे घर पर रहकर, हमको भी पाला था माँ बाप ने दुख सह सहकर। राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल की जिंदगी और शायरी दोनों हमें ये पैगाम देती हैं कि इंसान को सच्चाई, आजादी और इंसाफ के लिए हर कुर्बानी देने के लिए तैयार रहना चाहिए। उनका कलाम आज भी वतन से मोहब्बत और इंसानी हिम्मत की रोशनी फैलाता है। उर्दू और हिंदुस्तानी अदब में राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल का नाम एक ऐसे शायर के तौर पर याद किया जाता है जिसके अल्फाज और अमल दोनों एक ही पैगाम देते हैं, हुब्बे वतन और कुर्बानी। इसी के साथ दीजिए इजाजत, फिर मुलाकात होगी एक और नुमाइंदा अदबी शख्सियत के साथ। आप सुन रहे थे अर्ज किया है सिर्फ रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM पर। खुदा हाफिज।
You were listening to अर्ज किया है। For sales, marketing and brand promotions, write to us on Radio Manu at manu.edu.in.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
Your voice, your guide.
आप सुन रहे हैं अदबनामा, रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM का लिटरेचर एंड कल्चर शो।
Hi and welcome back to Radio Manu 90.0 FM. We were discussing Ibsen's popular drama A Doll's House with Dr. Kutsi Rizvi. With all the discussions that we've had with you,
Yes.
I want to ask you a very, very important question.
Please.
This is grave now.
Please proceed.
So was Ibsen a feminist?
I sense this coming. See, this question is still debated. I mean, you cannot have a single cut answer that yes, Ibsen was a feminist. Critics are divided on this, that whether he was a feminist or not. Interestingly, Ibsen himself said that he was more concerned with human freedom than with any particular political movement. और आप देखेंगे कि ये अक्सर होता है कि the writers do not want to get tagged to a particular political movement. They want to rise up against such notions and against such limitations and restrictions because that limits their writing, and they are seen particularly with that lens. They want to work for humanity and they want to be concerned with human freedom. However, many readers and critics see A Doll's House as an important feminist text. Why? Because it highlights the restrictions placed upon women, restrictions upon their movement, upon their freedom, upon their decisions, restricting them to the sphere of the house only. They were not allowed to do businesses, not allowed to go out and have, do jobs or have financial independence and all. So that is why many people see Nora as someone who was suffocated in a patriarchal setup.
मतलब सोने का पिंजरा था ये basically.
हाँ.
So it's not a
पिंजरा तो पिंजरा ही होता है.
हाँ. The doll's house became a cage for her basically.
Yeah.
Can we bring in some of the play's quotations? Would you like to quote some of the popular dialogues?
उससे पहले मैं आपकी इस पिंजरे से मुझे एक बात याद आ रही है. कोई ये कह सकता है ना कि ये टाइटल क्यों डॉल्स हाउस? क्योंकि पिंजरे से मुझे याद आया कि लोग जो हैं वो कहते हैं ना कि पिंजरा अगर सोने का भी हो, चांदी का भी हो, उसमें डायमंड्स भी हो, है तो पिंजरा. जंजीर गोल्डन की हो, गोल्डन चेन हो, तब भी वो चेन ही है. क्योंकि नोरा को ये रियलाइज होता है दैट शी हैज बीन ट्रीटेड लाइक अ डॉल. And a doll doesn't have any independence. A doll doesn't have any right to say. A doll exists because the master exists. So she has been treated like a doll by her father, then her husband, and others have always made decisions for her. Others have shaped her identity. Others have defined her role. So she begins to feel that she has never truly lived as an independent human being.
Right.
ये है उस पिंजरे का मकसद. आप उस पिंजरे को कुछ भी कर लीजिए, हैं तो आप हमारे रहमो करम पर.
Absolutely. I mean, freedom is very dear to everybody.
Yes.
So, coming back to the quotations.
Yes.
There are very, very popular dialogues which are read and quoted till today.
जी जी.
So, would you like to quote something for us?
Sure, बिल्कुल. देखिए एक बहुत ही फेमस लाइन है, बिल्कुल वो एंड पे आती है जब when Nora says, I believe that before all else I am a reasonable human being. Now let us analyze this quote. This sentence may sound ordinary today. क्या कहा? I believe that before all else I am a reasonable human being. हमारे जो आज की जो जेनजी है वो इसको बहुत ही एक नॉर्मल कोट ले रही होगी ना उनके लिए तो उस पर कोई हैरानी की बात नहीं. लेकिन उस सेंचुरी में अर्ली 20th सेंचुरी जो है, लेकिन बल्कि मैं कहूँ कि 19th सेंचुरी में it was revolutionary. I mean, she's saying before I am a wife, before I am a partner, before I am a mother, and before I am anything else, I am a human being, and not only a human being, but a human being with a rational faculty. Somebody who can think, who can analyze, who can question, and who can ponder. ये जो idea था ना, this shocked many audiences at that time.
Yeah, I mean, naturally. I mean, for her to even say this must have been very difficult at that point of time. To gather the courage to suddenly, go against her family, her home.
Yani, if I should say, it was actually very radical.
Yes. I mean, even till today, it is very difficult. But yes, those days, it must have been something else.
Yeah.
So, sir, what happens when finally Nora's secret comes out? So, what follows through with her husband?
I don't want to give you a spoiler because I want my listeners.
Give us a sneak peek then.
To actually,
Yes.
buy the book or download the book and play and and read it thoroughly, and you'll definitely enjoy. Hota kya hai na, that is the turning point. I mean, Nora believes her husband will appreciate the sacrifice that she made, and she felt that Torvald will take all charges upon him, or he will act like a wall for his wife. She expects gratitude, thankfulness, support, and she also expects understanding. मैं यहाँ पे रुक के एक बात कहूँगा. आप देखिए कि मॉडर्न रिश्तों में भी आज अगर दो लोगों के बीच में रिश्ता है, फॉर एग्जांपल हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ, अगर उसके अंदर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, सपोर्ट नहीं है, ग्रैटिट्यूड नहीं है, कितना भी अच्छा रिश्ता हो, एक दिन टूट जाएगा, ख़राब हो जाएगा, बर्बाद हो जाएगा. बिकॉज आई नो अ हेल्दी स्पिरिचुअल रिलेशनशिप रिक्वायर्स these things as oxygen. You need to be grateful towards each other, to be thankful towards each other, and to understand each other quite well. Instead, Torvald becomes concerned about his own reputation. मेरा क्या होगा? What will people say about my reputation? I know I cannot go outside.
Reputation बहुत भारी word हो गया है.
एक reputation और दूसरी चीज़ ये कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. मैं अक्सर ये बात कहता हूँ कि जिस दिन भी आप इस सिंड्रोम से बाहर आ जाएंगे, लोग क्या कहेंगे, एक्चुअली आपकी लाइफ बहुत पुरसुकून और बड़ी अच्छी हो जाएगी. क्योंकि आप दूसरों के चेहरे के ऊपर नहीं जी सकते हैं. आप आपके दिल में ये यकीन होना चाहिए that you are right, you've done justice to what you were given, and you cannot be blamed. You are accountable for your own actions. So he worries what people will think, and at that moment, Nora sees him in a different light and sees him as a different man. और वो जो जैसे कहते हैं कि भ्रम था,
टूट जाता है.
वो जो केज था ना, वो खुल जाता है कि अच्छा, this man has been a person living with me who was actually controlling me.
Yeah, the bubble pops.
The bubble pops, and I was just a puppet.
Yeah.
A doll, a squirrel, a skylark who was there for his entertainment. That is.
Absolutely. So, sir, ये play, it has been prescribed in, university syllabus, and it's taught to students. So, what do you think students can take away from the play?
An important lesson that we get out of this is that healthy relationships require respect, honesty, and equality. सबसे बड़ी बात, love alone is not enough.
Absolutely.
ये बहुत we can talk about.
Love was never enough.
हाँ.
Yeah.
सिर्फ और सिर्फ मोहब्बत की बुनियाद पर आप जिंदगी नहीं जी सकते कि आपके बीच में बड़ी मोहब्बत है. No, you need to have respect also, you need to have dignity also, and you need to have equality also. And without mutual respect, relationships become fragile. They are very brittle, they can easily be broken. And this applies not only to marriages, but to friendships, but to workplaces, and to families also.
Right. I mean, obviously, mutual respect is important. And so, sir, shall we hear another memorable quotation?
Why not? Why not? नोरा का एक कोट मुझे और याद आ रहा है, where she says that I must stand quite alone if I am to understand myself and everything about me. Now, ये एक powerful statement है, isn't it? आप क्या कहती हैं?
Absolutely.
कह रही है I must stand quite alone.
The realization dawns finally upon her.
I mean, she says that if I am to understand myself, this question that a person can also understand themselves, especially women, was quite revolutionary and radical. आज तो आप कहते हैं ना कि my life and my identity and my emotions. At that time in 19th century, women were not expected to know themselves or to question their identity or to give themselves me time. तो ये एक powerful statement बन गया कि I must stand quite alone if I am to understand myself and everything about me. Sometimes self-discovery requires stepping away from expectations and pressures. आपको उस expectation zone से और pressure से बाहर आना पड़ता है in order to discover yourself, because you get lost in coming up to others' expectations and living your life according to their whims and fantasies.
Right, sir. I mean, I love the way you're, saying quotation after quotation. It's really interesting. So we will continue this, plethora of quotations in the further discussion, but only after this short break. कहीं मत जाइएगा, हम यूं गए और यूं आए.
You are listening to Adabnama, Radio Manu 90.0 FM's Literature and Culture Show.
आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM, एक कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं. Your voice, your guide.
This audio has been generated through AI.
आइए अब सुनते हैं हिस्ट्रीज मिस्ट्रीज.
आदाब दोस्तों, आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM. सोचिए, एक ऐसा जमाना जब ना सिग्नेचर था, न आइडेंटिटी कार्ड, न डिजिटल ऑथेंटिकेशन. किसी शख्स की पहचान और किसी सामान की मिल्कियत साबित करने के लिए इंसान के पास एक खास निशान होता था, एक सील. मिट्टी पर बनाया गया एक छोटा सा इंप्रेशन, और ये छोटा सा निशान कह देता था कि ये चीज किसकी है, ये पैगाम किसने भेजा है और इस मामले की तस्दीक किसने की है. आइए आज हिस्ट्रीज मिस्ट्रीज में जानते हैं सील यानी मोहर की हजारों साल पुरानी कहानी. दोस्तों, सील एक ऐसी मोहर होती है जिसे किसी शख्स, इदारे या अथॉरिटी की पहचान और तस्दीक के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाता था. इसका इंप्रेशन मिट्टी, वैक्स या किसी दूसरे मटेरियल पर लगाया जा सकता था. सील्स की तारीख बहुत पुरानी है. स्टैम्प सील्स कम से कम 6th मिलेनियम BCE यानी लगभग 6000 BCE तक इस्तेमाल होने के सबूत मिलते हैं. फिर आया एक दिलचस्प इनोवेशन, सिलेंडर सील. लगभग 4th मिलेनियम BCE में मेसोपोटामिया में सिलिंड्रिकल सील्स का इस्तेमाल शुरू हुआ. इन छोटे सिलेंडर्स पर तस्वीरें, सिंबल्स और कभी-कभी राइटिंग भी नक्श की जाती थीं. जब इसे गीली मिट्टी पर रोल किया जाता तो पूरा डिजाइन एक कंटिन्यूअस इंप्रेशन की सूरत में सामने आ जाता. लेकिन ये सील्स सिर्फ डेकोरेशन के लिए नहीं थे. इनका इस्तेमाल माल की मिल्कियत जाहिर करने, तिजारती मामलात की तस्दीक करने, कंटेनर्स और दरवाजों को सील करने और डॉक्यूमेंट्स को ऑथेंटिकेट करने के लिए किया जाता था. और दोस्तों, इन सील्स को देखकर हमें कदीम लोगों की जिंदगी के बारे में भी बहुत कुछ मालूम होता है. कुछ सील्स पर बादशाहों, देवताओं, जानवरों, हंटिंग सीन्स और रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी के मनाजिर नक्श किए गए. इसलिए आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट के लिए सील्स सिर्फ छोटी सी मोहर नहीं, बल्कि कदीम तहजीबों की एक तरह की विजुअल हिस्ट्री भी है. मेसोपोटामिया में सिलेंडर सील्स को अक्सर गले या कलाई में धागे के साथ पहना जाता था. यानी एक छोटी सी सील किसी शख्स की पर्सनल आइडेंटिफिकेशन का काम भी करती थी. वक्त के साथ सील्स दुनिया के मुख्तलिफ इलाकों में अलग अलग शक्लों में इस्तेमाल होती रहीं। बादशाहों और हुकूमतों ने अपनी ऑफिशियल सील्स का इस्तेमाल किया, तिजारती लोगों ने अपने माल और डॉक्यूमेंट्स को ऑथेंटिकेट किया और बाद में सील्स सिग्नेट रिंग्स और ऑफिशियल स्टैम्प्स की सूरत में भी मशहूर हुईं। तो दोस्तों, सील सिर्फ मिट्टी पर बना हुआ एक निशान नहीं था, ये पहचान, मिल्कियत, अथॉरिटी और भरोसे का एक कदीम जरिया था। दोस्तों, आज के हिस्ट्रीज मिस्ट्रीज में फिलहाल इतना ही। अगली मुलाकात में फिर लेकर आएंगे तारीख के पन्नों से एक और हैरत अंगेज इन्वेंशन, डिस्कवरी या हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट की कहानी। तब तक के लिए सुनते रहिए रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM। चलो बात करके देखते हैं।
You were listening to History's Mysteries. सेल्स, मार्केटिंग और ब्रांड प्रमोशंस के लिए हमसे राब्ता करें radiomanu@manu.edu.in पर।
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं।
Your voice, your guide.
You are listening to Adabnama, Radio Manu 90.0 FM's Literature and Culture Show.
Hi and welcome to Radio Manu 90.0 FM. This is Adabnama and we're discussing A Doll's House with Dr. Qudsi Rizvi. Sir, thank you so much for the quotation. It was wonderful. So, can we now talk about the most, famous aspect of the drama, which is the ending,
Yes.
because that's where, the drama unfolds finally.
Yeah.
So, can you please elaborate on the ending?
श्योर, बिल्कुल। देखिए, मैं आपकी इजाज़त से एक 2-3 सवालात और मेरे जहन में है,
बिल्कुल।
बिकॉज
Most welcome.
when you try to discover yourself and when you get hold of your true identity, you need to ask certain questions. Those are, who am I? ये मैं why am I hammering upon it? Because आज का जो Gen Z है ना, वो इन सवालात को ज़रूर पूछे। Who am I? What do I believe? And what kind of life do I want? These are very important questions and very unsettling questions. So young people they must ask these questions, and they do ask certain questions.
I think it's also important that before other people respect you, you must respect yourself.
Yourself, yeah, you must know who you are and
Yes.
what is your worth and dignity. So that is why the play still resonates. Now coming to your question, आज जो उसकी ending है वो इतनी important क्यों है? At the end, Nora decides to leave her husband and children. It's very disturbing.
Monstrous.
Monstrous. है ना?
Left her 3
She's
children.
a careless mother, a mother who doesn't have any heart,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have any emotion. What kind of mother was she?
Absolutely.
So she decides to leave her husband and children in order to discover
Herself. Yeah.
The self-discovery takes priority over husband, over family, over children. And as she leaves, the audience hears a door slam. कस के दरवाजा बंद होता है. So this sound, it resonated entire Europe. Because that sound became one of the most famous sounds in literary history.
The door shutting?
Yeah, the slamming the door, it echoed across Europe. वो कस के दरवाजा बंद करती है and she goes out.
She leaves.
She leaves. और इससे एक बहुत बड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी पैदा हो गई.
Why so much? Why?
क्योंकि
Because she left her children, or is it something
हाँ,
else?
क्योंकि उससे क्या हुआ? Not because she left her children, because a woman was made to, rather I should say, a woman was not expected to reject traditional roles. And the audience saw a woman rejecting traditional roles and traditional expectations in such a dramatic way. So the audiences were not ready to see such thing, and they were not expected, and they were not used to. So many people were shocked. Some were angry, others were inspired, and the debate continues even today. Was she right? Should a woman take such drastic steps and measures in order to discover herself, or in order to prioritize herself and her thinking, her identity, her being over others? That's still a debatable question. At that time, it created ripples and it ruffled many feathers.
That's wonderfully put, sir. So do you have any final thoughts on the play for us, for our audiences and for our students?
See, Nora's journey is all about self-respect. And she realizes that constantly living according to others' expectations and others' decisions and others' wishes can be emotionally exhausting. It can destroy you internally. It snatches away from you the right to have your own decisions or to make your own decisions. The play encourages us to reflect on authenticity. Are we living our own lives, or are we performing roles assigned by others?
I mean, this play we can have, hours and hours of discussion on A Doll's House. It's beautifully written. And it has been adapted into numerous films. Some of them have become very popular. So I hope whoever is interested, our audiences can go pick up a copy of the play or, watch the movie. And I hope all of you enjoyed the discussion that we had today.
एक कोट और है जो मुझे याद आ रहा है, जो बड़ा ज़बरदस्त है. वो ये है कि Nora says that our home has been nothing but a playroom. See, it's a very powerful quote. Many homes are...
Playroom.
हाँ.
Achha.
Many homes are nothing but a playroom.
Like a nursery.
Like a nursery where children play, where you have doll's house, where you have a lot of toys. And people in that home are like toys. They are there for entertainment, for recreation. But they don't have any identity. They don't have any freedom to question you back. Or they are like slaves who do not have their own identity, who don't have their own consciousness. And this is a heartbreaking realization. Because Nora understands that what appeared to be a mature marriage was actually a performance.
Right.
It was a performative act. So she had been acting a role rather than living freely. और ये आज भी आपको अपनी दुनिया में आसपास अपने समाज में मिलेगा. ऐसी शादियां, ऐसे रिश्ते जहां दूसरा जो इंसान है वो सिर्फ एक रोल प्ले कर रहा है. अगर वो कुछ बोलना चाहे, अगर वो कुछ कहना चाहे, अगर वो आपकी बात से हट के कोई बात कहे, then such a person is targeted, such a person's decisions are curbed, and he or she is made to realize that they don't have any value in the homely affairs.
It's always a delight to talk to you, sir. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you so much to all our listeners for being with us, for listening to us. And I'm your host and RJ Himanjali signing off. And we'll be back with more interesting discussions, podcasts for all of you. So stay tuned and keep listening to Radio Manu 90.0 FM.
आप सुन रहे थे अदबनामा रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM पर. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
दिस इज रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.